But guys, I walked away from jobs that most people would go, Joey, are you fucking kidding me? And not only that, I was a felon. I was a fucking dropout. I was a coke fiend, and I was still getting these jobs. When that Stu Feiner job that I got, you know how much that Stu Feiner job paid you? Do you have any fucking idea how much the sports betting service, how much money you make off that shit? I made $60,000 December of 94. $60,000 in December of 94. I did it 92, and then they fired me at the end of 92 because I was just going in there with tissue papers in my nose. I swear to God, I would just walk in there with 2 tissue papers coming out of my nose like fucking Dracula, and they would go, Joey, you can't snort coke in here. I'm not snorting coke. I'm absorbing the coke from last night. And then I would take the tissue out and put it in my mouth like a fucking a pouch that you dip in your fucking in your mouth. It's just, guys, craziness. But it was all attributed to me letting my, like, okay, I'll just fucking quit. And I'm with comedy, guys. I had to think about this before I told you. I probably quit comedy 50 times the first 2 years. Because it's always like, I just bombed a whole week straight. Never mind bombing one show in front of people. That's okay. You can live with that. How do you take a week-long bomb? Like, think of getting on stage Monday night bombing, Tuesday night bombing, Wednesday night bombing, Thursday night bombing. Maybe one joke worked. You had one bright spot. You fucking made a stupid improvised joke, and one of your jokes made people giggle, some stupid joke you wrote. Friday night bomb. By fucking Saturday, you're like crying to yourself, if I don't get a laugh tonight, I'm done. I'm fucking quitting this shit. That would be me on the coke and on the fucking alcohol the night before. I can't take these bombs anymore. I got to do something. And I would fucking sit there with the Judy Carter book and fucking Fat Tire and fucking cocaine, and I'd try to write fucking Joe. It was terrible. But the whole night I'd be fucking, I'm quitting after tonight. I don't need this shit. I'd start looking at the jobs in bold, and then fucking the next day I'm like, where am I getting up on stage tonight? Thank God. I am so fucking happy that I didn't let my pussy ass shit take over. But it all goes back to, and I always say this, guys, best day of my life was the day my mother died, because it toughened me the fuck up to no end. I went from fucking zero to hero. Not that I had done anything, but I understood what life was. You know, when you're a kid, you walk around like, what's rent? You know, what's the gas bill? Mom, can I buy that sweatshirt? Not even thinking it's $20. When your fucking parents dying, you're alone in this fucking world. You learn fucking quick. I was like, okay, this shit is fucking quick now. But I had that little pussyism from having a Latino mom that, oh, it's going to work out. Your next game. No, there ain't no fucking next game, bitch. It's this game where I should have fucking done what I was supposed to. And that's what the problem is with those lenient moms. It's like, oh, he did okay. No, he fucking didn't. He scored in the opposing fucking basket. That's not okay. You know what I'm saying? You got to work with that fucking retard. He can't be doing shit like that. And that was my thing. My mother had me fucking soft as fuck. So when I quit, when she was alive, I didn't even tell, like, did you play I was always getting tortured for playing basketball. My block people would come out, hey, you can't dribble the ball at 6 a.m, all this shit. I'm like, now you're fucking happy? I'm not playing no more, cocksuckers. But I tell you, quitting is fucking one of the worst habits you could get yourself involved in. One of the worst. One of the fucking worst, because you'll quit everything. You'll quit relationships. It makes you quit jobs. It makes you quit opportunities. You'll quit bands. You quit everything. You don't have the ability to sit there and go, okay, this is what needs to be done, and I have this time. Listen, guys, that's maturity. That's fucking maturity. It's like I always say, when you're 20 years old, when you're 18 years old and you're graduating college, high school, and somebody comes to you and says, join the service. You could retire in 20 years. You're like, fuck that. 20 years is too long. 20 years ain't shit. 20 years ain't shit. Think about if you're 18 years old and you're fucking getting out of the army at 38, $6,000 a month pension, college education, and you go get another fucking job now and keep your fucking pension. So even if you make $4,000 a month with the $5,000 you're getting from the government, you ain't missing any goddamn meals. You're really not missing no fucking meals. So it's, you can't look at things like that. It's like comedy when I tell people, and I read it all the time. People send me emails, you're wrong. Comedy doesn't take that long. It just took you that long because you're a loser. Okay. Whatever. I've seen it. I've been a part of it. I see people who are stuck for 5 or 6. Because here's the other thing with comedy, why you don't want to quit. And why you don't want to quit anything, okay? Because when you start doing, listen, what do you think? When I go to jiu-jitsu, I'm down there sweeping people and submitting people? I'm stuck half the fucking time. I don't know what I'm doing. And there's tons of days that I say to myself, you know what? I'm fucking about to be 60. Why am I here? Why am I here? And I won't let myself quit. Even if I just go in there and make it through the fucking warm-ups, I will not let myself quit because it's something you cannot do. You have to stick with it. It's like people who quit diets. How many diets did I fucking quit over the years? You talk shit on a Sunday. This week, I'm going to eat salads. And then the fucking Tuesday morning, you're eating an ice cream bar at 8 in the morning. With Weight Watchers, I stuck it out. But that all went back to stand-up comedy and learning that 10 years is not a long time. Think about it. Think about if I said to you, you could have this in 10 years. These are the things you could have in 10 years if you stay healthy. You're not going to be a millionaire, but you're going to have security. You're going to be able to pay your rent. You could be able to take your girlfriend on a trip anytime she wants to fucking go. That's what gets my dick hard, is that I don't want to be rich, but I don't want to go, fuck, I wish I had money for a fucking hot dog. I did enough of that over the fucking years where you wished you had money for anything. So it's just, don't let yourself quit at any fucking level, guys. I mean, it ruined my fucking life for 10 years. And even after the fucking stand-up comedy, I think I did some creepy things like just day jobs that I didn't show up to, or construction jobs that I ended up just robbing a hammer and quitting. And I was, it snowed here on the East Coast this weekend. It snowed up in 77 inches up in whatever. And it's been cold. It's been really fucking freezing the last couple of days here in Jersey. And a couple of nights ago, I had to take a ride somewhere, and I had to drop some off in my friend's mailbox. And I pulled up and there was no parkings, and I went over a thing of leaves, and I thought about Tony Soprano when his fucking son, when the fucking car blew up, or whatever, the Nissan truck, the utility vehicle blew up because you have a catalytic converter over a bunch of leaves. And I was laughing. I was laughing about the scams I was doing when I first got into comedy. Like, not when I first got into comedy, like from 94 to 95 and a half, it was the big Latin boom in Denver. So all the car dealers were looking for Latin salesmen, Spanish salesmen. Now I had a pretty good reputation selling cars in Boulder and whatnot. So I had a pseudo cousin who told a bunch of people in Denver about me. This kid speaks Spanish. He's Cuban. He's a comedian. So he could do your advertisers. You're not going to believe this fucking story. So I wish I was kidding you guys. From the time I landed in Denver, which is October of 93, November of 93, to June of 95, I had no money for a car. I used to borrow the car from the deli. They had a delivery car that used to have, what do you call those things that pulls and it has a hook at the end to seal it down? Like if you put a TV in a bungee cord. That's how you close my door, with a fucking bungee cord, okay? If you made a fucking sharp left, the door opened up. Sharp right, the door opened up. I got all those stories for you motherfuckers, okay? I don't want you to think that, there was a Mercedes-Benz when I had that.